This is a 1966 Martin D-18. I got it from my local music store. It is just beautiful. It was kept under a bed, pretty much. The story that I was told, now it's a secondhand story that I'm not going to be able to tell as well. But in Marietta, Ohio, I think it was a man who bought it, who died, who passed it down to his daughter, who then got sick, and she needed to sell it for hospital bills. And that whole entire time, it was just under the bed, with promises that they were going to pick it up and learn the guitar. Since 1966, it has the original warranty card. They just put a whatever composite wood bridge that isn't really correct with this guitar. How nice this guitar actually is now. I mean, it is just extremely responsive. It's vibrating my chest here as I'm holding it. And that, as you may have been able to hear, is kind of part of my issue. I had the neck reset. It absolutely needed a neck reset. I was told that every Martin, or really, this doesn't have a truss rod, and it will just continue bending forward this way over the years, and at some point it'll need a neck reset. So I sent it out for a neck reset. They did an excellent job. You can barely tell that the neck had to be taken off, and with this too, maybe you can see it's a really good job done. So should probably take this capo off. So it was all the way up there at the 7th fret. I tuned the low E string was a little sharp, and there were just like one or two strings that were sharp, but as you can see and hear, maybe, not a whole lot of adjustment needed for the capo, with the capo versus without. And this is a death grip capo. This capo is way too strong. That I just need to get a weaker capo. It makes all my guitars go super sharp. But not this guitar. I think it was set up really, really well. It's very well intonated. Here's my problem. It's now buzzing. And I'm very frustrated. Please tell me if you have any advice or anything. I've really a big part of ownership of one of these, I know, is troubleshooting, trying to get things fixed, and that's all part of the fun. But there's the trouble that I'm trying to shoot. So when I got it right out of the neck reset, it was perfect. Everything was fantastic. It wasn't doing any of that buzzing. And then I guess as I played it over probably about a month and took it out and everything, it started developing these buzzing problems, which I think is totally fine, totally natural. I don't know if anyone's got a similar issue, but he noticed that I play pretty hard. I do like to dig in. I think of myself as playing dynamic. I can play soft too. I don't just play only hard. Let's set it up for bluegrass. Let's put medium gauge strings on it. And he also got me another bridge here. Is it a saddle? It's this. Much taller. So the action way raised up, and the strings got much heavier, which I play a lot, and so that's fine. I can handle how hard it is. It was just comically high. I'd play some jazz sometimes. Amazing for all the strumming down here. And the high action brought it back to how I fell in love with it initially in the store, where the neck was way out here, and these cowboy chords down here, oh man, they're just beautiful, ringing out, and you could just really strum on it with no issues. So when I picked it up, it was just too difficult to play with the high action to me, and with the heavy strings on it. I've been down that road before when I was teaching lessons every day. So I like the light strings. I like the light gauge strings. And I just wish my action could be a little higher, but not bluegrass. So I put the original, this is called a saddle, I think. I don't know, it's the bridge. I put the original one back on, light gauge strings. I just have this constant frustration with the setups. They're setting them up with the action too low. And then I go back to get it a little higher, and it's comically high. Please tell me if anyone is having this issue. But right now, it's just a little too low. It really has been dry recently here in Atlanta. I keep this hydrometer here. It's 45 right now. I'm constantly fighting to keep it higher now. I have this humidifier, which actually the guitar goes here. This humidifier shoots out away from the guitar, so I'm not getting condensation on it, but I'm keeping the room hopefully in the in the right zone. They said maybe you should flip the guitar if it's kind of a dud. Maybe it's just not a good guitar and you should flip it, which I cannot bring myself to do. I mean, this is just beautiful. Oh my gosh. So I recently watched Joe Walsh in an instructional video, you know, like they would play at the guitar store, maybe like in the 90s. Joe Walsh, you need to watch this video. I'll link to it. But he's describing the truss rod, and which is, by the way, amazing to back all the way up to, let's just set up your guitar properly instead of play a bunch of impressive licks. Let's get your guitar in tune and set up first. So he's explaining tighten and loosen the truss rod, and he says at the end, you know, unless you have a Martin, which they don't have truss rods, and your neck is going like this, and you just have to be okay with that and play it. So this is a bluegrass instrument that you would set up in a bluegrass style, which is very, very high action to play way down here for the most part. I don't know. You please, any advice is welcome. I'm about to go nuts because last time I took it in, I did get it back to where it's nicely playable, but it is buzzing, and it's buzzing so much that it's really frustrating me. I'll show you a clip of all the buzzing I could get out of it. truss rodless vintage Martin D-18 in perfect condition. I'm afraid to mess something up. So that's my Martin D-18 problems and frustrations. This has been a pretty long rambling video, but honestly it's one of my first. And anybody who's got any comments about any of these issues I'm having or some solutions, don't be shy to give me some advice, or make an offer. Make an offer on this beautiful 1966 Martin D-18. It's got a serial number, and I doubt I'll sell it. And rambling on and saying and all that stuff at the end here, because I don't know what to say and I don't know how to wrap these things up. But I might keep all this in just to get some feedback for myself too. All right, see ya.